Hello, today we're going to walk you through the setup and configuration of the Canik Protos 4400 transmitter. Before you begin, ensure your power supply, sensor cables, and any outputs you are utilizing are connected to the terminal blocks on the transmitter base and input modules. After applying power, you'll notice that we currently have an error icon flashing on top of the main screen. This is indicating that no sensor is connected on both channel 1 and channel 2. Let's begin by connecting our MemoSense pH and conductivity sensors and configuring our Protos for a dual channel measurement. To get started, we will need to enter the operator level of the parameter setting menu. First, press the menu button and then toggle to the right to parameter setting. Scroll down to operator level and press enter to go into the menu. If prompted for a passcode here, please note that the default is 1246. The first menu we will configure is our front module. Within this menu, we can select the displayed language, desired units and formats such as degrees Fahrenheit and PSI, as well as our displayed measurement values on the main screen. In this menu, it is possible to adjust the brightness and contrast of the screen and to turn on the auto off feature. Please note, if you've also purchased the measurement recorder option, it can be configured within this menu. We will select our desired units of measurement as well as our displayed values on the main screen, which will be 2 values for 2 channels. Pressing the left square button will take us back to the main parameter setting menu. Now, let's enter the menu for our base module and configure the 4 to 20 milliamp outputs and relays from the device. If utilizing any digital inputs for flow control or placing the transmitter into hold mode, they can also be configured within this menu. I'll configure the transmitter with 2 4 to 20 milliamp outputs for both pH and conductivity, as well as 1 low-level pH relay. As you can see, the output can be turned off if not in use. We will turn on output 1 and configure it for a pH value from 0 to 7 pH. Lastly, we can define the milliamp output of the device when in alarm mode for either 3.6 milliamp or 22 milliamp. Let's continue and configure output 2 for conductivity from 0 to 600 microsiemens. Next, we can now set up our relay contact K1 for a low limit value of 2.00 pH. As you can see, we can define the hysteresis, the normal state of the contact, as well as any on-off timing delays for the relay. Once we have configured our inputs and outputs, we can now move on to our sensor selection. The Protos 4400 is capable of taking in up to 4 MemoSense sensor inputs with the appropriate measuring modules installed. By selecting the input module, we can configure the process variables for both channel 1 and channel 2. Since both sensors are MemoSense sensors, we can select auto recognition for the process variables. Lastly, you'll want to ensure that the calibration settings are set up for both the MemoSense pH and MemoSense conductivity sensors. To do this, we will first select channel 1 for MemoSense pH. Here, scroll down to Cal Presettings and press Enter. We recommend Auto or Calmatic calibration, which provides automatic buffer recognition and temperature compensation. You'll see that once you've selected Calmatic under calibration mode, it then allows you to select which buffer set you are using. The most common buffer on the market is NIST Technical. You can verify your buffer set by checking the labeling on your bottles. Next, we have the ability to select the default number of calibration points, followed by the drift check of the sensor. Repeat the process for the conductivity sensor on channel 2, this time selecting manual for the CAL mode. Lastly, the calibration timer allows us to set either a fixed interval or an adaptive evaluation based on the sensor loads for indication that a calibration is needed. Please remember that we are configuring the default calibration settings. The settings can always be changed by the operator at the beginning of any calibration procedure within the CAL menu. This rounds out the setup and configuration of our Protos 4400 transmitter. We're now ready to return to measurement mode by holding down the measure button and go online with our transmitter. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check out our other videos on the Protos 4400 transmitter by Canik.